Back on American soil, around 100 Fort Drum soldiers returning from a deployment at the homecoming this afternoon. On post, 7 News reporter Sandy Torres.
Nervous. It's funny. No matter how many times he leaves and comes home, you kind of get those little bubbly feelings, but I'm just overall excited that he's going to be here.
Brandy Osorio and her kids, Kylie and Sebastian, are waiting for her husband, Staff Sergeant Jose Osorio, to come through the gym doors.
Miss you, and then my mom, I love you.
Osorio is one of nearly 100 Fort Drum soldiers who landed Thursday, completing a 9-month deployment in southern Poland and in Romania.
Excited, happy to be back home.
This group of soldiers was deployed in Europe through Operation Atlantic Resolve, a mission to show support towards NATO and learn how to defend NATO's eastern flank.
We take home the value of interoperability with our NATO partners. As you know, NATO recently expanded. We've done a lot of work with NATO's newest partner, Finland, in trying to help them develop air-ground integration capability, along with Romanians, where we were actually stationed near the Black Sea.
What Osorio says he takes from this deployment:
Don't take life for granted, really. There's joy every moment with your family.
Meanwhile, there's still about 2,500 Fort Drum soldiers deployed in both Syria and Iraq. Sandy Torres, 7 News.